I think it's very important when you have the best players in the world together. You got to compete, and you got to play hard, and you got to show the fans how good they really are. I watch them all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa. Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I watched a lot of basketball.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Clark Update. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today, I have another exciting and incredibly interesting video for you. And if you're a true Caitlin Clark fan, you're definitely going to want to stay with us until the very end. Before we get started, let me know you're part of the Clark Update Army by commenting CC 100% down below. I always enjoy seeing so many passionate Clark fans in the comments. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into today's story. It all began without a press conference, without a leak memo, and without any public announcement. Instead, it started inside a private room so secret that almost no one knew it even existed. According to insiders, Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and basketball legend Larry Bird came together at the Pacers facility in the heart of Indiana for what many are already calling one of the most surprising meetings in women's basketball history. There were no cameras, no reporters, and no public access. Only quiet whispers surrounded the gathering, but those whispers quickly turned into growing speculation. Fans wanted answers, executives quietly discussed what it could mean, and everyone started asking the same question. What could possibly bring together one of basketball's greatest legends, a fearless WNBA veteran, and the league's biggest rising star? The answer isn't just surprising. It could completely reshape the future of the sport. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 90% of viewers still haven't subscribed. It only takes a second, it's completely free, and it truly helps support the channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for your continued support. Now, let's get back to the story. Caitlin Clark is no stranger to the spotlight after putting together one of the greatest rookie seasons the league has ever seen. But this story isn't about game-winning shots or highlight plays. It's about influence, legacy, leadership, and the power to change the future of basketball. Sophie Cunningham has always been known for doing things her own way. She has built a reputation for her fearless personality, outspoken confidence, and competitive style of play. She doesn't show up unless something truly matters, and whenever she's involved, people know something important is happening. Then there's Larry Bird, the legendary icon from French Lick, a man whose name is forever connected to the game of basketball. He has stayed away from the spotlight for years, choosing a quiet and private life after retirement. That's why the basketball world stopped in its tracks the moment all three were seen connected to the same meeting. This wasn't just another gathering. It was a statement. It sent a clear message that something major could be taking shape, and this remarkable trio appeared to be right at the center of it. So what could bring these three basketball figures together? What could be important enough to draw Larry Bird back into the conversation, bring Sophie Cunningham into the spotlight, and position Caitlin Clark as more than just a superstar player, but as the face of an entirely new movement? According to insiders, this could be the beginning of the next era of basketball. Rumors continue to grow about possible league changes, new mentorship programs, and even partnerships that could bring the NBA and WNBA closer together than ever before. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. This is about much more than basketball. It's about changing the future of the sport, creating a lasting legacy, connecting different generations, and helping women's basketball reach levels it has never reached before. The most unbelievable part is that we still don't know the complete story. Even so, based on everything that has already surfaced, one thing seems certain. History may be unfolding right before our eyes, and at the very center of it all stands Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark's rise has been nothing short of remarkable. She didn't just enter the WNBA, she completely changed it. Record-breaking television ratings, sold-out arenas, and merchandise flying off the shelves became the new normal. During her rookie season, she helped turn the league into a nationwide movement. But her influence goes far beyond the numbers. It's not only about deep three-pointers or viral highlights. It's about the cultural impact she has created. Whenever Clark steps onto the court, arenas don't just fill up, they come alive with energy. She doesn't simply attract fans. She builds an entire community around the game. From her unforgettable college career at Iowa to becoming the face of the Indiana Fever, Clark's name has become a symbol of excitement and must-watch basketball. She didn't just bring attention to Indiana. She helped usher in a new era for the entire WNBA. ESPN treated her like one of the biggest stars in basketball. Television networks adjusted their prime-time schedules to feature her games, and the numbers spoke for themselves. On major nights, nearly 1 million viewers tuned in to watch her play. That wasn't just a milestone for the WNBA, it was a historic moment for sports broadcasting. Her influence also reached far beyond what happened on the court. Major brands rushed to work with her. Partnerships with Nike, Gatorade, and Beats turned her into one of the league's biggest marketing stars. Her popularity didn't just create opportunities for herself, it helped reshape the business side of the WNBA. Behind the scenes, executives began revising sponsorship deals, television contracts were reconsidered, and players once again believed the league could continue growing. Many started to feel that women's basketball had finally reached a turning point. Clark never demanded change after entering the league. Instead, her presence naturally created it. She attracted people who had never watched a WNBA game before, brought more attention to veteran players, and inspired young girls to dream even bigger. That's why Caitlin Clark walking into a private meeting at the Pacers facility isn't just another headline, it's a meaningful moment. She isn't simply part of basketball's future. To many people, she represents the future itself. Now let's talk about the wild card in this story, Sophie Cunningham. If Caitlin Clark is the spark, then Sophie Cunningham is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. A longtime WNBA veteran who built her career with the Phoenix Mercury, Cunningham has never been afraid of leadership or controversy. She's the type of player who will dive headfirst for a loose ball, and then speak honestly during the post-game press conference without holding anything back. Whenever she speaks, people pay attention. Over the years, she has become an important voice on issues ranging from media coverage and locker room conditions to player salaries and respect across the league. Now she finds herself sitting alongside basketball legends. Why her? Because she's fearless. She understands the game at a deep level and isn't afraid to challenge the system, even when no cameras are around. That's what makes her involvement so powerful. Cunningham brings authenticity. She isn't a television personality, and she isn't polished by corporate messaging. She's straightforward, genuine, and highly respected throughout the basketball world. If she's involved in this new project, whatever it may be, it isn't just for appearances. It signals that something meaningful is taking shape. Her presence suggests this is about much more than entertainment. It's about real purpose and lasting change. For years, Sophie has quietly laid the foundation for future leadership through player advocacy and union involvement. This meeting could be the moment where all of that work begins to pay off. Alongside Larry Bird's legendary reputation and Caitlin Clark's superstar influence, Cunningham becomes the bridge between generations, the voice that helps turn big ideas into real action instead of empty conversations. And then there's Larry Bird, the Indiana icon, a three-time NBA champion, a three-time MVP, and one of the greatest competitors the game has ever seen. But he isn't part of this story to remind people of his accomplishments. He's here because he believes in something much bigger than himself, and that alone is enough to make everyone pay attention. Attention naturally follows whenever Larry Bird steps back into the spotlight after years of silence. Bird's greatness was never limited to what he accomplished as a player. As an executive, he built winning teams, developed talent, mentored future stars, made smart draft decisions, coached, and helped shape entire organizations. His influence can be seen across Indiana basketball, from the Pacers to the Celtics. So why now? Why step out of the shadows at this particular moment? The answer may be simple. Caitlin Clark has become the spark the game has been waiting for, and Bird knows how to turn a spark into something much bigger. His presence isn't symbolic, it's strategic. He serves as both a mentor and a visionary, connecting old-school toughness with the modern style of today's game. He's here to help build something that could last for generations. Imagine Bird mentoring Clark, showing her how to handle fame, lead a franchise, and build a lasting legacy. This goes beyond simple advice. It feels like the passing of the torch from one basketball legend to the next. Bird has never been someone who does things halfway. If he's stepping back into the conversation, he's fully committed. And with Cunningham and Clark standing beside him, this partnership has the potential to create something the sport has never witnessed before. The fact that all of this is happening in Indiana makes the story even more meaningful. In Indiana, basketball isn't just a game, it's a way of life. And each of these three figures shares a deep connection to the state. Clark is helping ignite a new era for the Fever. Cunningham built part of her basketball journey competing throughout the Midwest. Bird has long been the face of Indiana basketball itself. This doesn't feel like a coincidence. It feels like the beginning of a new chapter. A basketball revolution that reaches across generations, leagues, and traditions may be taking shape right in the heart of Indiana. Excitement continues to grow among fans across the state. Media trucks are gathering outside practice facilities, while somewhere behind closed doors a new blueprint is reportedly being drawn up, one that could completely reshape the future of the sport. This vision isn't focused on one player, one team, or even one league. It's about bringing the basketball world closer together under one shared purpose, and Indiana may simply be where the journey begins. But this blueprint goes far beyond playbooks and strategy. The goal is to transform the sport itself. According to insiders, the mission isn't only about boosting WNBA television ratings or securing larger sponsorship deals. With Clark, Cunningham, and Bird believed to be leading the effort, the bigger objective is to completely rethink the future of professional basketball. Imagine a future where NBA and WNBA players regularly train together, where young boys and girls across Indiana and throughout the country grow up with equal opportunities, equal resources, and equal excitement surrounding both leagues. Imagine mentorship becoming a fully organized and well-supported system instead of just a popular slogan. Some believe this trio could be laying the foundation for exactly that. And according to growing rumors, this isn't just speculation. Reports suggest that work may already be underway to build new training academies, development programs, and media platforms managed by both men's and women's basketball leaders. Some insiders even claim that Larry Bird is encouraging stronger NBA involvement to connect the two leagues in ways fans have never experienced before, using his decades of leadership and relationships throughout the basketball world. Meanwhile, Sophie Cunningham is reportedly doing much more than lending her voice. Sources suggest she is pushing for stronger player protections, fair pay structures, retirement planning, union support, mental health resources, and meaningful policy changes that create measurable results instead of empty promises. Her role appears to be about creating real change rather than simply representing the project. At the same time, Caitlin Clark is increasingly being viewed as more than just an elite athlete. Many now see her as someone capable of helping shape the future of the sport. She has the influence to enter rooms where major decisions are made, while still connecting naturally with the next generation of fans and players. Rather than simply accepting the system as it is, she appears determined to help improve it. And as this movement continues to gain attention, fans are doing much more than watching from the sidelines. They are becoming part of the momentum themselves. Social media is buzzing like never before. Trending hashtags continue to spread across every platform. Fan groups are growing rapidly, and calls for more transparency about this mysterious meeting in Indiana are gaining momentum. More than anything, people simply want answers. Reports suggest that local Indiana media outlets are preparing special investigative coverage, while national news organizations are sending producers to follow every new development. Why? Because they understand that something much bigger could be unfolding behind the scenes. Many believe we're only seeing the beginning of a story that could have a massive impact on the basketball world. There are even rumors that this private gathering could eventually lead to a live televised announcement, one that has the potential to reshape the future of the sport. According to speculation, the trio could publicly reveal their vision, explain their mission, and invite the entire basketball community to become part of what comes next. And what if they expand that circle even further? Imagine respected basketball legends like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, or even LeBron James joining the conversation. That idea no longer feels impossible. When influential figures begin moving in the same direction, other legends naturally start paying attention as well. This story has become about much more than basketball. It's about influence and how three people from different generations of the game could work together to create a completely new direction for the sport. It's about breaking down old barriers, moving beyond outdated ways of thinking, and building something new from the ground up. Reports suggest that some executives around the basketball world are already paying close attention because a project like this could challenge the way things have always been done. Big changes often create uncertainty, but they also create opportunities. That's one reason why this story continues to gain momentum. If these three are truly working toward meaningful change, it could become one of the most important developments the game has seen in years. Think about what it means when fans become just as excited about the future of basketball as they are about the games themselves. That kind of excitement goes beyond championships and individual awards. It signals the beginning of a movement that reaches across generations, leagues, and communities. The effects could eventually stretch from youth basketball programs to professional locker rooms and even onto the international stage. If that happens, the basketball world may never look the same again. What makes this story feel different is its sense of optimism. At a time when so many sports headlines focus on controversy, conflict, or disappointment, this one feels centered on growth, opportunity, and the future. It feels less like the story of individual players, and more like the story of an entire sport preparing for its next chapter. So while everyone waits to learn exactly what Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Larry Bird have planned, one thing already feels clear. This isn't just another moment in WNBA history. It could become one of those rare turning points that people look back on for years to come. Every new report, every update, and every move they make is being watched closely. Basketball fans everywhere should be paying attention because whatever comes next may not simply make headlines. It could help shape the future of the game itself. So what exactly is being planned? No one knows for certain yet. Some insiders believe it could involve a major mentorship program. Others believe it may include new media platforms, business ventures, or even a cross-league training facility that brings NBA and WNBA players together in ways we've never seen before. Whatever the project turns out to be, many believe its purpose is to bring men's and women's basketball closer together than ever before. Just imagine what that could look like. Larry Bird's experience, Caitlin Clark's determination, and Sophie Cunningham's passion all working toward the same goal of improving the game for future generations. It could lead to large-scale player development programs, cross-league workshops, shared media projects, and a stronger basketball community built around one common vision. With so much attention already surrounding this story, advertisers, television networks, and fans will be watching every step they take. If these reports are true, this is more than a partnership. It's a statement that basketball continues to evolve, and that the future of the sport is being shaped right before our eyes. Now the question is simple. Are you ready for what's coming next? Are you ready to watch the future of basketball unfold in real time? Because Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the conversation around the game. She's helping redefine what the future could become. Sophie Cunningham isn't simply speaking out. She's helping create new opportunities. And Larry Bird hasn't returned to look back at the past. He's here because he believes in building what comes next. Whatever happens from here has the potential to capture the attention of the entire basketball world. We'll be here to bring you every update, every announcement, and every major development involving this remarkable trio. If you're excited about the future of basketball, make sure to like this video, leave a comment with your prediction, and tell us what you think Clark, Cunningham, and Larry Bird are planning. This story is only getting started, so don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned because the next chapter could be the biggest one yet. Thanks for watching.